Hey yo, you know who this is? Your boy King P, Bodega Boxing in the building. And you know where we at tonight? We are straight live from the Bodega for another episode of Bodega Banter. You know what I'm saying? We Bodega style. So you already know what it is. So, I got my boys with me. We about to get into some shit tonight. So,
Yes,
my,
sir.
for, man number one, step into the Bodega. Introduce yourself.
Yeah. What's good, Joe? It's Pat Scorpion, the New England representative, and yeah, man. And I'm just living, man, trying to avoid, who patient zero is that got the monkeypox coming in from the airport and shit, nigga. That picture was disgusting, nigga. You shared, man. I feel like puking. Ugh.
Nigga, I
But
had to warn you. Like, I had to warn you for that shit. But
figures it would be Massachusetts that would get that that would have somebody come in there with the disease from the monkey from outbreak and shit. But what am I gonna do, man? It's my luck.
niggas in Europe kissing monkeys and shit. Nah, we not doing
Exactly.
that.
That's exactly where it came from. Sick people, man.
Exactly. But hey, as long as you don't swap spit with whoever got it, you're good. Because I heard it's not easy to get. But
Yeah.
you should be good. But
Yeah. So luckily, I swapped spit, with a very attractive lady from Trinidad, so I'm good.
there we go. There we go. Hope she don't get it. So,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
y'all will be fine. Y'all will be fine. No monkey shall prevail against us.
Yeah,
So
no monkeys in the bodega.
exactly. We got cats and dogs. No monkeys. Keep the
Yeah.
monkeys out. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying. I got my other guy coming into the bodega. You know what I'm saying. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
I'm ducking these monkey ass niggas, B. Like, you know what they do, man. LB, a lot of dope boss. TJ Shuttleworth, the guy, GOAT artist. World is an album coming soon. Know what it is, RainGangRadio.com. Building.
Hey, my man Shuttleworth, LB, the GOAT artist into the bodega. You know what I'm saying? He got to leave the monkey shit out of there because you know what I'm saying. You leave that monkey shit out because you embarrassing us. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't even know
good.
what the fuck y'all was talking about. Y'all niggas talking about monkeypox. I never even heard about this shit. Y'all just niggas went on about like 3 minutes about monkey this, monkey. I don't know what the fuck these niggas talking about.
Yeah,
Nigga,
I,
nah.
you don't watch the news, my nigga?
no, I don't watch the news. What the fuck is on the news?
No,
A
Ain't
lot
nothing
of
good.
bullshit.
That
Ain't
bullshit
nothing
that
good,
happens
nigga.
around the world.
A lot of bullshit, but they talking about this monkeypox shit. So a new like smallpox, I don't know, chicken pox, but with monkeys. I don't fucking know. This shit is
Nigga,
weird.
ain't no one stunting that bullshit. Nigga, ain't no vaccine gang over here. Ain't no fucking no COVID gang over here. Fuck all that shit. I'm from Florida. That shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Like, nigga, we fight hurricanes. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. We got so much shit going on. Like,
Nigga, your ass should honestly start watching the news. Your ass,
nah,
your,
nigga, the news need
your
to
ass,
start watching me. I'm the news.
your
Oh
ass
my
found,
god.
your ass found out about the Buffalo shooter today, nigga. No, I'm just,
I've been found out about that. Like, y'all
no,
niggas couldn't stop talking about it on Twitter and shit. Like,
yeah,
no,
I went off on a rant on the last cast. I had to stop
shit, I was
myself.
the one who brought it up. Like,
Yeah,
Exactly.
like I know about the news. It's just like a lot of it's bullshit. The
You
fuck
just
a
don't be
monkey
with the
about to
fake
jump out
news.
me? Yeah, I ain't with the fake news. Like I put hands on some fucking monkey jump at me. What the fuck? I treat that shit like Willow or something. Like the little dwarf nigga from the movies back in the '80s and shit. Like
I
classic.
mean, I don't know. Monkeys are dumb strong. A gorilla is the pound for pound, like they're number one pound for pound on like animal list as far as like strength.
So is a
Like
I
boar.
mean, yeah, but them niggas is like they don't be
I'll take,
sticking and
I'll
moving
take a
like that.
rhino. I'll take a rhino any day over a
no, a
gorilla.
rhino, gorilla is technically like stronger, physically stronger than a rhino. It's
Let a
But them
rhino
shits
sit
be
in there
getting
with
whooped
his
up by
legs.
leopards. Man, fucking gorillas ain't doing shit. Like
yeah, no, who cares? No monkeys in the bodega, and you know what I'm
and let's
saying.
say them fucking gorillas from the Congo movie, then I'm good.
Yeah.
Them shit ain't me. Nah, if you ain't got them shits, I'm straight.
Oh my god! But you know what it is. No monkeys in the bodega. And last but certainly not least, You know what I'm
Sir, you
saying?
already know who the fuck it is. It's on top five in this bitch. Chicago's on. Chicago stand up. What's good? We still out here in Florida representing, nigga. What's up? Ring
What's
game.
what's good? You saying my man top five, you know what I'm saying, blessing the bodega with his presence. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got everybody here. So, you know what I'm saying? The bodega is ready, we popping, and we about to get into some shit. So we got some reviews today. Today is the day of some reviews. We got one movie and one album. And first, we're gonna get into the movie shit. So, you know what I'm saying, about to talk about this Doctor Strange. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves them some Marvel movies, and I was ready for it because I'm a Marvel guy. I'm Team Marvel. You know what I'm saying? Fuck DC, except for their animated movies. You know what I'm saying? Their live action shit be
See, on the
trash.
other hand, I'm
Y'all
one of those
niggas, man.
niggas.
Goddamn, Justice League was a 10, and you know it. Ain't no fucking DC, fuck DC over here, nigga. Nah.
That was the that's one of the exceptions, my nigga.
So
You
Wonder Woman, Aquaman, all them shit's exceptions, right? Man of Steel, like, come on, like
nah,
that's like saying the album trash, and then you're like, well, except for this song and that song. Oh yeah, that song too. Oh yeah, the feature. Yeah, you know the intro. You know what? Maybe the album. Like, yeah, nigga, come on.
whatever.
Like y'all can give props to damn Marvel without shitting on DC. And then when
I
the Rock come with that Black Adam drop, y'all niggas is gonna be like, oh damn, man, these niggas kicked over the building.
Nigga, I was over Suicide Squad. Nigga, Suicide Squad was incredible to me.
Exactly, that shit was a 10. Get the fuck out of here. Like DC been killing shit. Like the fuck, like really?
Yeah.
Ain't y'all niggas just was hyping up Batman and that boring ass shit?
Batman is the
DC.
Batman will always be the exception to any DC.
Exceptionally boring, exceptionally mid, exceptionally. Let's put some classical music to this shit and make people think it's artsy for no reason.
Oh, whatever. It was enjoyable for what it was. So, but
Right, like a root canal.
oh my god, this nigga. But we not talking about DC today. We talking about MCU and Doctor Strange. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of people was hyped for that. So I was definitely hyped for it because I like Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange to me is an underrated Marvel character that a lot of
Not gonna
people
lie.
don't really talk about that much.
Not gonna lie, on the other side, I'm one of those niggas who don't give a fuck about a comic book or whatever, Marvel, whatever. But I still was hyped for the movie after seeing the Spider-Man shit. I was like, oh shit, nigga, who the fuck is this mysterious ass nigga with the cape and shit?
Doctor Strange been that nigga. Doctor Strange been
I
that
didn't know.
nigga.
I'm not one of those superhero niggas. So when I seen it, I was like, yo, who the fuck is this? Like, just seeing him in Spider-Man made him one of my favorite superheroes. So I had to see the movie.
God damn. Hold on, so a nigga who got a song called Superheroes ain't a superhero ass nigga.
Nigga. Cause
What the fuck?
in a song called Superhero, I'm talking about all these niggas trying to save their favorite rappers, caping for these whole ass niggas. That's what I'm talking about.
But you know, it's funny because I feel like the movies don't really do Doctor Strange justice. I like in the comic books, he's dark as fuck.
Yeah, yes, he
but
is.
very dark, and I enjoy that. I wish that, but you know, unfortunately, you know, there's only so much that the MCU and Disney could do with that. But you know what I'm saying. But this was a very interesting movie. I had gotten a lot of reviews before I even saw it, but I'm always gonna just wait to see it. But a lot of shit, and this was a very interesting movie in many ways. Some good, some bad, but you know, it was interesting. I'm gonna let my man Pat, you know, start off, say what he thought, because he saw it before I did.
I did, yo, because you know I saw it like Saturday morning or some shit like that, nigga. I was just like, you know, I was in New Hampshire doing New Hampshire things, and then you know as I was leaving, I was like, you know, let me go stop at this movie. You know, it was a wonderful place. Yo. I had a turkey burger and avocado and shit like that. I was watching the movie, man. It was awesome. But yeah,
Nigga, the movie. The fuck? Like, no one
nigga,
cares about your lunch.
shut your whole ass up, nigga.
This nigga talking about I had a turkey burger with extra vegan mayonnaise.
With avocado spread, like, nigga.
Yeah. Nigga, I'm relaying my experience. But yeah, no, this movie, because unfortunately with this movie, you had to watch WandaVision to really get some of the scenes of this movie. And let me know, WandaVision
You know, that's a fact because the people that I went to see the movie with, they told me the premise of WandaVision before I even went in there because I didn't know anything about Wanda at all. So with them telling me that helped me understand the movie way more.
Yeah, because WandaVision, unfortunately, is probably my least favorite MCU show. Like, I didn't like it. I mean, I tried. I know what they tried to do, but the payoff wasn't really that great. And so, like, I had to sit there, and there was a lot of bullshit in that whole series just for that. So, but then honestly, but without watching that, there were scenes in there that I would have never understood because it really tied into that movie. But yeah, the Doctor Strange is the first Doctor Strange was one of my favorite. You know, and Mordo on that first one was one of my favorite too. I was like, in the way that they left it off and shit like that, Mordo, decided that he grew a conscious and shit, and he wanted to start stealing niggas' powers and shit, including he made a nigga crippled again, man. That was ruthless, man. So I was just like, oh shit, Doctor Strange 2 is gonna be on point.
Yo, we got a comment. Yo, I'm laughing. Sorry. Shout out to Joshua O. Made a comment. Jacobs hired the Illuminati training team from the movie after the GGG fight.
Facts.
Yo,
Shout out to Joshua O for that. I'm rolling now.
It's facts. I mean, we low key said it back when the Jacobs fight happened. We was like, Jacobs was in his best shape ever. Had the whole Avengers team. But him for the Triple G and Aries fight, like it's facts. Shout out to Joshua O.
Yeah, but Scarlet Witch though, she killed this movie. Like her character killed this whole fucking movie. But like, she was basically she got as dark as she probably as P mentioned as she could within the PG-13. Like the shit was as demonic as it could get within a PG-13 type of realm. Like the visuals was crazy, and then the bringing out the Illuminati. That was kind of a surprise, well, except for the Professor X reveal.
Let me tell you, when I went to the movie theater, they popped when Professor X came through. They popped.
They clapped for him
and Mr. Fantastic. Like they popped for both of them in the movie theater when I was there.
Yeah, not so much for Black Bolt, but that's unfortunate because Black Bolt is also one of my favorite characters, and this is one of the few failings of the MCU was getting the Inhumans shit off the ground because the show was terrible. I didn't like it, but Black Bolt, was dope. As a dope character, and the fact that they actually used his powers in there, that shit was dope. Like I was like, okay, this is what it is, But yeah, Scarlet Witch, she was just killing it. She was just demonic. Like, she was mentally ill in this whole movie. Wanted to reunite, quote unquote, with her children. Then they really got to the whole multiverse and what she was trying to do. And like I said, like if you were high as a kite, you would probably really understand it. But if you didn't watch no WandaVision, like you're probably thinking like, what the fuck am I watching?
Like honestly, that shit was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hold on, sounds like this shit trash, man.
No, it's not trash.
It's a lot of fucking interesting. When y'all got a habit. When y'all keep saying the word interesting, I know that shit ain't gonna be an 8 or above.
Nigga, I'm saying it's interesting, but it is 8 or above.
But y'all niggas keep saying interesting, interesting. Like y'all keep saying this bitch been demonic. Well, what demonic shit is she doing? Is she killing demons? Like, what the fuck is she doing? Like,
kill the Illuminati off in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight decapitated.
Thank you. Like y'all said, y'all giving spoilers without spoilers.
Stay muted, my nigga. Like you didn't see.
Nah, if I gotta hear this shit, I want to hear some good shit.
Nigga, you want spoilers? She was cracking Professor X's neck. Nigga, she was fucking slicing bitches in half. Nigga.
Oh, okay, damn.
Yeah, she was going.
Now, thank you.
She was going to fuck off.
See, that's what I want to hear. Like y'all niggas is giving the fucking PG-13 book report.
I'm in love with the Scarlet Witch. I want to name that. That bitch was out there murdering niggas, killing niggas. Oh, I ain't never seen no superhero movie where they be murdering niggas. I'm like, yo, she just straight up killing people. She don't give a fuck.
And then also resurrecting like dead people and using that shit.
Using zombies to hot niggas, and I ain't never seen no superhero shit like this. Nigga, this was like on some fucking crazy shit.
Yeah, and I know the Hoteps went crazy over the third eye shit that was being used. Yo, what is you doing, Rome? Why is
you? Oh, my fault. Hold on.
Jeez. But yeah. There was like the zombies and the demonic and the and the demons and the dream walking. There was a whole bunch of wild shit in that movie. Like and like the action was good as fuck too. I was fucking with it, but yeah, it was. But the only thing that was a disappointment to me was the Mordo character, and I understood because it was the multiverse Mordo, not the Mordo that was that.
Yeah, it was a different Mordo.
Yeah, it was the alternative version, and he was
great value Mordo.
Yeah.
I was disappointed at that too.
Yeah, because I was hoping that part of the movie would be him like stealing powers from sources and him doing the shit that he was doing at the end of the first movie. But no, but yeah, they did the multiverse. Yeah, he's Illuminati, and he's toned down as fuck, and he has dreads and shit like that. I was just like, ugh. I hope that maybe the next Doctor Strange will actually have the version that was from the first one, the one who's that was stealing magic from cripples and shit like that. That one was dope. This one was just like, ugh. He was too happy and shit. He was hugging niggas and shit like that.
Yeah, he was. But it was kind of a front. Like I don't know. It was an alternative version, but it was kind of a front. Like there was some I could see like deep down it was kind of almost the same Mortal, but they toned down everything and like tried to put up a facade for it. Like it was weird though.
Yeah, and then also this was the debut of the America Chavez character.
That's what I was about to say. Are you gonna give America a movie next?
It's not. I think she's in the Marvel, like the sequel to Captain Marvel. I think.
Yes. It's funny because, and I'm laughing like crazy thinking about this. First off, like the character is cool, America Chavez, but like I feel like the actress that they chose did not really do her justice. Like,
she don't seem too strong.
Like, I don't know, like.
She seemed like everybody gonna have to save her in the group. Like everybody gonna have to save her from getting her ass whooped every time. Like she don't seem like she can hold her own.
Yeah, but the thing is though, that's how she is in the comics though. Like her only ability is just to be able to open up doorways to different dimensions. She doesn't have
to go into different universes.
Oh, so she ain't shit but a key holder.
And it's funny because America Chavez is the first Latina in the MCU movies, and her superpower is basically to cross borders.
Message.
Ours.
All she do is open doors for niggas. That's crazy.
Yeah, in this movie, she just can't control him. Yeah, she just doesn't when she's like super stressed about something. Like like the scene where they have the quote unquote 15 seconds of alternative showings.
I ain't gonna lie. That's a 2022 ass superpower. You go through anxiety and depression, and you can travel and go to a different place. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
but, I mean, her character her character is fine, but it was just like I don't know. The actress that played her didn't do it for me. Like, but it is. I mean,
I thought she was straight, but it was just like, yeah, she was just there. I mean, I think because there's like really no real build up with her. Like if you know what she was, then debut. It was cool. But Other than that, her powers were kind of low key annoying because she couldn't control them shit. She was she gets stressed and bam, a doorway.
She was cool, but she don't need a movie. Like it won't be good. I don't think.
She's not.
They're probably gonna give her one.
She's gonna be part of one. She's not. I don't think she's gonna get one. I mean,
she will eventually. She will eventually. You know how things go. She will eventually.
Well, unless Marvel wants to really be on some cape and shit. You're like, let's get
everybody get a movie. This gonna be Ant-Man 3.
Yeah,
you get a movie. You get a movie.
Out there, nigga.
Fuck all that.
I mean, but I agree. I think Scarlet Witch carried this movie, really.
She did.
To me. Like, carried it on her back. Because, like, even though it's a Doctor Strange movie, I felt like they made Doctor Strange, like, the third focal point.
Character.
The third focal point of his own damn movie. Like...
Hold on, if he was the third, so Scarlet Witch was first. Who's the second?
America Chavez, the girl we was talking about.
America, damn, I don't even know who these niggas is, but yeah, okay. So So it's like he the third act in his movie. Like he the
Pretty
like
much.
Lamar Odom for like the Kobe and the Saul. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Like pretty much. Yeah, like pretty much like the shit that was like the first and the second movie don't really have any don't have a tie into each other like that
I ain't gonna hold you. The best
because
part
of
of
the
the movie,
multiverse shit. That,
I ain't gonna hold you. The best part of the movie was when the 3-eye nigga was fighting the 2-eye nigga. That shit was hard.
Oh yeah, that was the alternate Doctor Strange
that was
where
the
he
That
had
shit
ultimate.
the
was hard.
the dark hold and it fucked with him because like
Yeah.
it showed like because like in all the like if you watched WandaVision because that's what happened like at the end Wanda got a hold of the dark hold and like this movie is basically showing the effects that it had on her that it turned her into evil like took
Yeah,
all her
I
evil
mean,
desires.
yeah, I might as well spoil WandaVision. Basically, what Scarlet Witch basically has a basically is mentally ill. Like she dreamed up a whole universe environment of herself, thinking she had kids and and fucking
Because she
all that
lost
shit.
vision. Yeah. She lost
Yeah, she
vision and
lost
lost
vision.
her
Yeah,
fucking mind.
yeah, she lost her fucking mind. Yeah, she was mentally ill. That's why I was like, that's why I was like, oh, you fucking kidding me?
so she's like the bad guy for the
Yeah.
movie.
Yes,
Yeah,
she's the
Yeah, she's a
antagonist.
super villain. She's a super villain, nigga. She cracking necks. She ain't no fucking bad guy. She was
yeah,
killing niggas.
yeah. She
Oh,
went
okay.
Looney. She went straight up Looney Tunes for her children. I want to see my children. Wanda, there's no children. I want to see my children.
Yeah,
Snap.
that shit was wrong. That bitch
Yeah,
was psycho as
I
fuck.
honestly that I didn't kind of. I felt like it was like they tried to play up the mental health portion, like to
Yes.
make it relatable, and it was horrible. And like honestly, that was a slap in the face to people with actual mental health problems.
It
I'm gonna
was
say
low
that.
key. If you look at it like that, it really was. But I understand what they were trying to do. They were trying to make it, tie into the show.
But
But
if you're gonna try to because that's what I hate. Like especially like Disney now. Disney will try to like put in like real life issues into movies, but like they have a horrible way of executing it to the where it makes it very hokey and cartoony and just
that's why.
unrealistic.
That's why I couldn't stand WandaVision. Like I sit through it because I like to finish all these shows, like no matter what. But I mean, this was one of the ones I was glad I did because, like I said, without it, you won't understand Doctor Strange 2 all that much. There's certain things.
Overall,
Yeah,
I
it
think
was
the
just-
best thing about this. Overall, I think the best thing about this movie was the visuals. Like the visuals were just crazy, amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
like yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of the budget was definitely spent on the special effects. Like there was like like the monsters and shit, the demons that they were showing in this shit. Like shit was crazy. You know,
I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people were a little upset because they felt like some of the characters they wanted to see a little more, but like they basically were just there and didn't do much. I think a lot of people were mad that the Illuminati characters were just one-shotted so quickly and that we didn't get more from them. But it's not their fucking
I mean,
movie.
I mean, in a way, this could probably like open up I mean, especially for Professor X. Like, I mean, we all know that the X-Men are back in Marvel now, so the X-Men will probably get their own movie at some point. But I was disappointed because, like I said, I liked it. I mean, I wanted Black Bolt to actually at least do some shit though. But yeah, they killed off the Illuminati a little bit too fast, and I know Fantastic Four is going to be brought into the MCU at some point too. I just wanted to see more. I wanted to see more of them, like But what are you going to do?
Yeah,
and then,
you're right.
And then, of course, they also introduced a new character played by Charlize Theron. Clea. She's one of the sorcerers from the Dark Dimension. She was revealed in the mid-credit scene and shit like that. Personally, I'm not thrilled with Charlize Theron.
Yeah,
all
no,
that
I
much.
shook my head at that because I really do not like Charlize Theron as an actress. She annoys the fuck out of me. So I'm not really excited to see Clea. So yeah, no.
Hold on, that's the bitch that be dressing up her kids like on some weird shit, like and
Yes,
dressing
yes,
Yeah.
fuck
her
then.
African adopted kids on some weird shit. Yes, that Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's just not a. She's not a. I don't like her acting. Like, so, but overall, you know what I'm saying? I thought this was a dope movie. I thought, I mean, the visuals were great. My problem is the dialogue and a lot of the like a lot of the story just came off very campy and not fleshed out. Like they could have done a better job just fleshing it out and just.
Hold on, let me ask you, Pete. Did it satisfy you as a Marvel fan? As a Doctor Strange movie, did it satisfy you? Did it make you feel like this was worth
I enjoyed it. So yes, I did. I enjoyed it.
So it was worth the wait, regardless of whatever you're about to say about what you don't like. It was worth the wait.
I didn't feel like I waited that long, but yeah, it was. I mean,
Because
it was worth
wasn't it
seeing.
supposed to drop before COVID hit and then they paused it?
No. It wasn't supposed to drop earlier.
I could have sworn it was done before COVID, and then when the movie theaters shut down, it paused all of the fucking Marvel.
No, some of them did. Like Black Widow, they got pushed back. Some of them got pushed back, but this one
Black
was
Widow
not
definitely got pushed back.
This one was not pushed back.
Okay.
Black Panther was pushed back, for other reasons aside from COVID. But this was not pushed back. So this came out on time.
Okay.
So
I'm not a Marvel nigga. I don't know.
So I mean, when I consider all of everything, the story, the the horror, the visuals, the acting, I would say I would give it a 7. I thought it was dope. I enjoyed it for the most part.
Did I say a fucking 7?
7 is good to me. So
it is, but I know when I hear the word interesting more than fucking once or twice, I know a 7 movie score is coming up.
Oh, shout out to Joshua. Oh, the line of the movie. I remember that this actually made the crowd go ooh in the movie theater when Reed was telling Wanda, oh, I'm saying I have a family, and Wanda's like, do you have a wife? And she's like, yeah. She's like, good. There will be someone left to raise the kids.
Oh yeah,
that shit was hard.
That shit was
That shit
hard.
was hard. It wasn't
Yeah.
a movie. I feel like that was like a corny. I was like, who the fuck wrote that?
No, that was dope. Like,
I was like, man, who wrote? Because she didn't deliver it like how she was supposed to. So I was like, man, who wrote this shit for this bitch?
Now she delivered that right. I think she was trying to do it in the accent because I think in the movie she tried to bring back her original accent that was in the fucking Age of Ultron shit.
She did, and that was it. Wasn't hitting. It wasn't hitting. So Pat, what do you give this?
Oh man, see, this movie definitely was an 8 to me. Like it was definitely an 8 to me. Like I said, the only disappointment really for me was just Mordo's character. Like I just wanted Mordo to be. I mean, like I said, I understand it. It's multiverse Mordo, but he was the biggest reason why I was excited for the fucking sequel because he got ruthless near the end. So like I wanted to see that, and unfortunately, that was not that was me. But like I said, yeah, I love the visuals. The action was off the chain. Like I said, Doctor Strange was like third wheel in this movie, and he shouldn't have been. It should have been Doctor Strange. But I get it. You got to introduce some characters, and like I said, Scarlet Witch. She was the star of the movie. This was a Scarlet Witch movie. Should have been Scarlet Witch in the Multiverse of Madness because literally everything that was madness about her was a movie came from her. So yeah, no, it's an 8 for me.
The one thing I will say
too. Christine was a star too over there flying that.
Yes.
The romantic angle, like I just kind of poo-pooed that to the side. I was just like, ugh, they gotta put that in there.
Yeah, I hear you. What about you, Rome? What do you give this as a rating?
Okay, as a nigga who didn't know anything about Doctor Strange going into the movie and just going in there to watch a movie as a casual nigga, it was an 8 to me. Cause one, I was going in there, expecting, superhero fights, whatever, niggas flying, whatever, bullshit, right? But when I'm seeing, like, the fight scenes were like shocking to me. So when I'm like being really like, oh shit, what the fuck? That's how you know it's like they're doing good for me. You feel me? And it was a good story. Like I followed the whole story. It was great. It kept me along. It wasn't boring. I mean, they had their little dialogue parts where they slowed down, but I feel like that's because they didn't cast that girl. You was right, Pete. They didn't cast that girl right. I don't think she's the right cast for that character. But other than her character, I feel like the whole movie was like pretty much flawless.
Great.
But I enjoyed it from top to bottom. Like nothing, I can't say nothing bad about it.
That's what it
Um,
is.
the one some of the things that I will say, some other notes of things that like I just like that I wish would have been a little like better is like you said, you enjoyed like the storyline and all that, but like I feel like I watched it and I feel like they're gonna like they need to do a better job of kind of explaining like the multiverse a little bit better because I know that like all these movies are gonna build up to one big movie like with
But
the
check this
Well,
Avengers.
out. I seen
wait.
Spider-Man right before that, which was the intro to the multiverse. I heard.
No.
So
Actually,
you seen Spider-Man, I already knew what the fuck was going on.
it's not just Spider-Man. If you watch the What If series, that they went into detail of the multiverse in there.
A lot of people I know have not watched the What If series.
I watched it because that was like the last. That's the last work of Chadwick Boseman.
Yo,
So I
yo,
haven't watched.
Pat, you seen the What If Doctor Strange? That shit was wrong.
Yeah, that shit is yeah. What If was raw as fuck though. Like that,
That shit
the
was
Black
wrong.
Panther episode and the Ultron, and then the Ultron episode too, where that nigga went crazy. You know. What If went into detail in the multiverse? That was another tie-in.
I could just tell that like that people are gonna get confused as these movies get pieced together, because there's a lot of content. Like it's like you got to watch like the Disney shows too. Like all of that. It's gonna be confusing for people. I
Yeah,
already
no
know
one
how.
ain't got time for all that bullshit. Man.
That's
I'm
what
gonna
I'm.
be honest with you.
No,
Like,
I mean you're
make the
right.
goddamn movie and without the all this extra tie-in shit. Because I'm not gonna watch WandaVision. I'm gonna watch Doctor Strange eventually, and probably give it a 7 as well. Word to King P.
No, I get it. I get it. But I just know like one of the things is like when you have some of these movies, it's like they're tied in and it's dependent on seeing something else before you saw this. And a lot of people aren't going to go and see all of that. So like
Right.
people are going to get confused. And I'm sure a lot of people didn't understand a lot of this shit because they didn't see WandaVision or didn't understand like some of the shit that was going on.
I mean, because
So
people picking and choosing what they want to see because it's like a lot of shit just ain't interesting like that. Like, no matter how great Avengers was, unless you're some like nerd who has to see every single fucking thing, you're not gonna really want to watch fucking WandaVision. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
unfortunately, I've been too invested. I've been invested in the MCU since Iron Man, so I have no choice. I gotta, I gotta at least, I gotta check out
see,
everything.
exactly. But it's like people are like less and less are like that now. Like back then, maybe for like the first set of movies up to like the first, Avengers, whatever, Endgame, whatever the fuck. But after that, it's like no one's trying to do all that over again. Like, and then y'all added it to shows and shit. Like, nah, like bring out the movies. Like, I'm not sitting around waiting for a goddamn Miss Marvel movie, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man 3, all this other bullshit. Like, y'all niggas either gonna give me some real nigga movies or just I'll see whatever y'all come out that seems remotely decent.
and I as much as I liked the visuals for this movie, I will say, Sam Raimi. I like Sam Raimi as a filmmaker, but he kind of made it a little campy at times, and like sometimes I felt like I was watching like Evil Dead. I'm like, is this like, like this is Doctor Strange
It was
beats Evil
demons
Dead.
and shit. Oh, but it was demons and zombies and shit. Of course.
Yeah, I know, but like when I heard that Sam Raimi was directing it, when I heard Sam Raimi was directing it, I'm like, oh, let's see how this goes. He's good, but this might be very Evil Dead-ish, and I can see like I'm like, okay, this is very Evil Dead-ish at times. Like,
So hold on, it was demonically campy. That's kind
yes,
of
yes,
damn. See, I feel like King P and Rome are giving me like the real low down of this movie. Like it's raw, but they got a lot of bullshit in it too that make you just be like, nigga. But you
No,
gonna
like
like it.
I couldn't tell it was PG-13 until somebody said it was. I was like, yo, what? If they would have had that shit rated R and like cussing and shit, that movie would have been an easy
I
10.
mean, truthfully, Doctor Strange. If you're following the source material, like his shit is R, like it's R rated shit. Like
It should have been. If it was rated R, it would have been a 10. I'm telling you.
I mean, no, I mean they would if it was rated R, they would have taken it up a couple more notches.
Yeah,
Like,
because Doctor Strange is a demonic character. Like, I mean, he does a lot of like demonic shit in the comics, and he has a lot of demonic enemies. So it's like Disney has to tone it down a little bit for him because his shit is too wild.
nah, it's bullshit. They should have him rated R, just like they had Deadpool rated R. Like, fuck out.
Exactly. I feel like all these niggas deserve at least one rated R movie.
Yeah, like I'm glad that we actually got Logan Wolverine a rated R movie finally.
And that was surprising as fuck that they did that rated R. Like, they just don't like to do rated R movies for Disney. So, you know.
Yeah. Even though Disney is a demonic entity itself, but hey, we got
Yeah.
We're not gonna go there.
Yeah.
Niggas be listening to the podcast like, all right, I'm gonna let Disney know. Mm-hmm. yeah, y'all niggas love them comic movies. then next time y'all gonna be saying, we're sorry. Y'all have nothing but DC movies to talk about.
hey, at least DC goes rated R, shit, nigga.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
but
and damn Peacemaker, if Marvel got some shows like Peacemaker, I'm all in. But if y'all doing some other shit, I'm good. Y'all can keep it.
Their shows are hit or miss.
Yeah, unfortunately, because for Marvel TV shows, like, I mean, unless I just got the news that they're probably gonna reboot Daredevil as PG-13, and I'm just that
oh, come on,
these niggas.
See, like,
can I get a Punisher Warzone 2?
You like Daredevil like if Daredevil's gonna be PG-13, I can already tell they're gonna limit him like crazy. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, I don't know. This is where it goes. Yeah. Like, they need to just take the cuffs off and let them like do more. Like,
let them do. Like, Daredevil is a blind vigilante who can fight, and there's blood and shit. Like, let him.
Like, you're not gonna be restraining yourself from beating a nigga ass if you blind. Like, nah, you taking out that extra punishment.
I mean, I think they'll make it work because Daredevil is an interesting character, regardless. So I'm sure they'll find a way to make it work. It's just like a lot of like the one of the things that I will say about Marvel that I'm not like that I don't like is like Marvel is great when the characters are already like interesting, but when the characters aren't interesting, it's like they don't know what the fuck to do and they don't know how to make them interesting. Like,
it's because they shouldn't even be doing that character in the first place. You just said it. If the character's not interesting, why does it get a show?
Like Captain Marvel.
Well, and Miss Marvel's getting a show, and I can already tell you that shit's gonna be trash.
Womp. Like, how can we even get an Adam? How can we even get an Adam Warlock movie? Like,
well, he's gonna. He's gonna be in the third Guardian of the Galaxy movie.
And y'all introduced him like so many movies ago. Like, the fuck these niggas doing, B? Like,
yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, there's shows. I mean, Moon Knight. I mean, it's considered pushing the envelope, and again, it's all mental illness shit. So it's like,
is Moon Knight good? Because it's like my pops had like mad old comics of Moon Knight, and that shit just it looked decent, but I was just like, this fake ass Batman out of this milk crate.
It's nothing to write home about. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Let's just say it's annoying. Like, some of the shit, like, because in the comics it's done the way it's supposed to be, but the way it's portrayed, it's a lot of mentally ill shit in there. Like, and
fuck this mentally ill shit. If I gotta hear mentally ill one more time,
like, I don't have a problem with them touching and tackling the mental illness if they do it right, but they don't know how to fucking do it right, and that's the problem.
Because they shouldn't be doing it at all. Like, that's the problem. Niggas are just doing shit extra on some, like, you know what? We gotta pander to these niggas. It's like with 50 Cent with Forrest. Like, you just going off the checklist and shit you gotta put in the show instead of making sure it's good.
Moon Knight basically is a nigga with like 3 or 4 different personalities. He has a dissociative personality disorder, and they really play up on that shit in that movie, in that series, in that show.
Pass. I'm good.
I mean, like I said, like it's no problem doing it, but like you can, like, they don't know how to do things without making it just seem like they're just pandering and they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Can I get a Wolverine TV series where this nigga just go around and just beat people up? Like,
they're not gonna do that. That's not.
Dog, these niggas make like the dumbest fucking shows. It's like Daredevil. Don't even mess with Daredevil. Like, I didn't even see the last season of Daredevil, but the first two was like classic.
Yeah, all the seasons of Daredevil were dope for Netflix. Yeah, you need to watch that, bro.
Shit came on too late, and it's like I already moved on. But
you got some you got like lack of patience, but I dig what you're saying though.
I do have a lack of patience. Like I honestly do. Like
No, but yeah. Like I said, Disney, Disney and MCU. Yeah, I could say this is gonna be like a thing because just even looking at their shows, I'm sure there's gonna be more tie-ins. I mean, for crying out loud, there's gonna be a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special that comes out around the same time or before the movie.
The next upcoming Marvel movie is that fucking Thor: Love and Thunder, and I can already tell that looks so fucking cringeworthy. Like I don't know, it looks so corny.
It's a day
and niggas say Marvel is better than DC movies. Like all I keep hearing is like mid that's keep coming out.
No, at least we have Black Panther to look forward to in November. But
that's this year. Oh, okay.
Yes, Black Panther's coming out at the end of this year, November.
In November,
so we got that to look.
In time for Scorpio season. Okay. These niggas looked out.
Is T'Challa in there?
What's up?
I say, is T'Challa in that one, or they're not going to recast T'Challa?
No, they're not recast. They're not recasting.
So what the fuck they doing?
We're gonna see.
I forgot how they're fucking doing it.
Well, in the original, they have Shuri, the sister, takes over, but it's too early for that.
Yeah, no, they can't have Shuri take over now. I don't know.
Black Panther movie without Black Panther. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, we'll have to see what that trailer looks like when they drop it, because it just depends. I'm gonna see it regardless because I have to see it because Black Panther, but we're gonna have to see how that's gonna go.
So we'll see how that goes, but I think we've had enough Marvel talk for now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was. I think overall I would say go see this. It's good. So we would recommend it. So 2 8s and a 7. So. So if you haven't seen it, go see it, and maybe you'll enjoy it, maybe you won't. The reviews are all over the place, so what I'm saying, I can't say you one way or another, but
Nostradamus album. No, because my friend was like, he was hearing this movie, like Jonathan was like, my nigga Jonathan was like, man, I'm hearing like that Doctor Strange like a 7, God. I'm like, word. So I'm like, and then when y'all kept saying interesting, all right, so a 7-8 sounds about right. Like y'all was pretty much on point for Batman. Like it was a 7, but I know if y'all have a score, it's either gonna be a point above or below.
Right.
Yeah.
So at least long as y'all never too far off, I think we good.
All right. So it is what it is, but go see the new Doctor Strange in the Multiverse. You know what I'm saying, and check it out for yourself. And you
mean the new Scarlet Witch movie, right?
What do you say?
The new Scarlet Witch movie.
The new Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
Featuring Doctor Strange.
Yes, featuring Doctor Strange. Oh my gosh! This is like Doctor Strange is the ghost in this movie. In this movie, is the ghost face.
Only built for Marvel links.
Yeah.
Featuring Capadonna Alvarez and Ghostface Strange. I fucks with it, alright.
The Chef Scarlet, Charlotte the Chef.
Chef Scarlet.
But
shit.
With that, since we're talking, music, I think it's time we get into the main event. We gonna review an album now, and by the one and only, Mr. Kendrick Lamar,
Mr. Morale, nigga.
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. That's the new album. And, Kendrick is definitely one of the more universally, I don't want to say universally, but he's definitely one of the most popular rappers of the past 10 years. So people love Kendrick. You either love him or you hate him, but a lot of people love Kendrick, so they've been waiting for another Kendrick album for a while. And Kendrick, when he's not in album mode, he goes dark, so you don't hear nothing from him.
I love how he starts that one song where he's like,
Oh my
Thinking
god!
about the sneeze.
But But so, after 5 long years, what I'm saying, we finally got another Kendrick album, and this is supposed to be the last album off of his TDE. So now he's a free agent. So, but we finally got it, and there's a lot of opinions and all over the place. But what I'm saying, I'm gonna start off with my guy Conscious Pilot, since he stepped in. You know what I'm saying? He's in the building now. Our fly boy from the West, stepped into the bodega. You know what I'm saying? So, my guy Pilot, what you think about this album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers?
Yeah, I like the album. I mean, Kendrick. One thing you can count on Kendrick, he's not going to put out a weird plate of an album. And this was, the same. I mean, his body of work, music wise, is pretty elite. I mean, I think there's a slight overrating of him to some degree, but he delivers. This album definitely delivered. I like the few tracks, mainly Die Hard and Rich Spirit were two of my favorite joints on there. I thought the album itself was pretty cohesive. In terms of where I place it on his projects, I mean, I still like Section 80 and Good Kid, Mad City the best, but this might be there with Damn.
No,
Okay.
that's cap.
What'd you say, Rome?
That's cap. Damn, it's his greatest project. Nothing is touching that.
I don't know about all that. I don't agree with that.
Nothing is touching Damn from head to toe. I told Shuttleworth the other day, I was like, that album was so good when the conspiracy theories came out. Oh, they can play it backwards, and you can hear the other story and all that shit, nigga. I did it. I listened to it backwards, nigga. That's how raw the album was, top to bottom, like no skips at all.
Damn is like a modern day like classic. Like it's up there. I mean, this album ain't better than Damn to me.
So, what you think about this album, LB?
It was good. It was good. Musically, I was listening to it again with Rome the other day. And I was basically saying like rap has to be your full-time job. Like has to be your complete profession. You gotta love that shit to make an album like this, because the instrumentation, the orchestration of the beats, just every song sounds like an event. Like he's gonna do this shit in the arena. The flows are crazy. The energy, like he's been waiting his life to just make this album. It's dope. There's probably maybe 2 songs I thought were mid, or I was like, and that's the Auntie Diaries, and there was something else he did that was like some bullshit, but because that's another thing about this. My only critique for this album is it's a good album, but it's not good to where you're gonna want to listen to it again like anytime soon. Like,
but you know what it is, though, Shutter? This nigga Kendrick, he's an artist that makes music. I feel like he don't make music for the club, don't make music for the box. He makes music for situations. Like this album, this Mr. Morale shit, I feel like there's like different stages in people's life in every song of this album.
yeah.
And so it's like a spiritual, it's like him talking to your spirit in that moment. It's weird the way this nigga raps. He doesn't like tell his story, he tells your story.
I mean, I get all that, but like, I really don't care, because when I listen to music, I listen to be entertained. Like, I hate when like that's the bottom line. Like, anything I fucks with is for entertainment first. Like, I'm not a nigga that you gotta be on some like, well, I'm gonna say some big words because I gotta show Shutter I'm smart, or I gotta do an intricate fight scene in this movie because I want to show that the director's complex. Like, nigga, just make it entertaining. If it's entertaining, then that's when I'm gonna take you serious and be like, all right, you put some thought into it, this, that, that. Like, all
Okay,
that extra
but
shit.
nigga, hold on. It's a difference between the entertainment business and the music business. You know it, nigga. We in it.
They the same though.
It's a difference. You can entertain with music, but what is your music saying?
A lot, nigga. Shit. Fuck.
No, I'm talking about in general, nigga. I'm talking about just in general.
Oh, in general, yeah, like your music should have a message, but I just feel like a lot of times, and this is why I don't put it over Damn, because it feels like it's extra with it, like
But I
it's
feel
like
this
somebody
album,
gave him a notebook and they said, "Look, I need you to rap about all this shit that happened in the last 5 years," and he's like, "All right, okay, I got you."
right?
He makes an
That's what I
album.
feel like. 'Cause I feel like the other albums, you know, he tackles his stories like different parts of his life. Be like, okay, I'm gonna tell a story about my middle school days, or you know, that's how. Oh, let me tell a story about Shireen 17 times in a row. You know, that's what shit he do on this album. He took it totally different. He like, you know what? Everybody's going through something. Let me just talk about the different aspects of
Nigga,
what.
he ain't speak to nothing I'm going through, so I'm good. Like that's why I don't listen to niggas on some. Oh,
I
is he gonna
mean,
speak to me?
I
Nah,
mean,
because most
even
motherfuckers ain't
some
speaking to me. They
nigga,
just making some music.
even songs such as "Rich Spirit" could relate to you, nigga. You just not, you gotta catch it or "Count Me Out." That could relate to all of us. You feel me? It's songs he got that's like
I mean,
relatable,
I
nigga.
feel you. I
His
feel
delivery,
you.
but I feel you because his delivery ain't it for everybody. Like his
And then the
science,
voices take me out. Like
yeah, his
I'm from hip hop
technique,
where
his
niggas had
technique,
commanding voices. Like it
his
wasn't all this
technique, his style
alien bullshit.
is not appealing to. I mean, I guess it's appealing to the masses, but for hip hop niggas, it's really not appealing. His
It
style,
isn't. It isn't.
it sounds, it sounds like backpack nerd. Like get this nigga the fuck out of here type shit.
Nah, this not it. Stop that. Like I can't
No,
agree. Like this is
Nah,
not
to me,
backpack
that's
nerd.
more.
I'm
That's
talking
more
about his
like J.
style.
Cole.
I'm not talking about the product. I'm talking about his style. His stylistically. Like the way he
Yeah, I can
raps
see
and
that.
pieces songs together. It's like some shit Kyle could come up with. No disrespect to Kendrick, but I'm saying it's like some shit that's just like, oh yeah, fun loving, whatever.
Because
Like,
even the production just feels like a lot of the production. When you listen to, it, I was like, man, this shit sound like rave music.
I mean, some of the songs.
Yeah, so it's like I get it, like,
He has the
but
rave
all that
elements, the
message is
jazz
like,
elements. Like there's always a little bit of
yeah,
like now he puts like a little bit of jazz elements in all of his albums. Like
But
I've
I feel
noticed
like
that.
this album was dope, but it wasn't as artsy as the other album. Like I love his skits. Like he really goes in with the skits. This one he used the song as the skits pretty much. Like
y'all don't
he
be
put
giving
it
a fuck
together.
about no goddamn skits, man. Like this ain't the '90s no more. Like if you
Yeah,
ain't got no Busta Rhymes type
Nigga,
skit, like
skits hit, nigga.
if it's funny, yeah, but nigga, just play the fucking music. I don't need you to be a social music. I don't need to be a social justice warrior. I don't need you to be a comedian. Just play the fucking song. Got me sounding like fucking Dollar Bill now. You read alert? You Kid Capri, nigga, play the motherfucking record. Yeah.
So what about you, Pat? What you think of the album?
Okay, my advice. I mean, I like the album, but this album more or less I think sums up my feelings about Kendrick Lamar. Like his production has to be interesting for his songs to really pop for me. Like this is
Thank
why
you.
this is why I like To Pimp a Butterfly more than this other shit. You know, like that one I love the album and I fuck with Damn too. But yeah, because like let's put it this way, minimalist production only works with niggas that either got like Nas level bars or got commanding voices like LB said. Like you can actually keep them engaged. Like his flow is like it's very it's not interesting because it has a one dimensional flow, but he has bars in it. So that's why. So I mean, that's why I mean. So it's cool.
Nah, his
But
flow ain't no one dimensional. That nigga flow be like all over the place.
well, yeah,
He got a multiverse flow.
I mean,
he got the
sometimes,
Eminem Andre shit, kind of playing this.
yeah, it basically he has like a run on rambling flow, like something. But that's why I say his production has to be interesting. Like when his production is interesting, then you feel it's actually like writing and catering to that production rather than the other way around.
I
So
wish Tech Nine had that nigga beats. At least for the
yeah,
last couple albums, shit.
yeah, like let's say like so I think like the second half of the album, like because I know it was split into like two parts. The second half of the album was where like that shit was really this too was really was really on point. You know what I'm saying? But I mean the first part of the album, the first half has some joints on there like Let me see. My favorite joints on there were N95, Die Hard, Rich Spirit, Silent Hill, We Cried Together, Purple Hearts, and Mirror. And yeah, Auntie Diaries got this nigga a nigga please, especially with that last bar.
That's the most controversial song on the album, I get it. But I mean, that last part was kind of crazy what he said, but it was I get what he was trying to say.
Trying too hard.
Well, I knew it wasn't going to come off right to some people.
This nigga was in that bitch like Demetrius is Marianne now.
That shit was lame, yo.
I have an uncle who turned, like a adopted uncle turned auntie, but I couldn't. That song didn't move me. I had, someone my age kind of get adopted and became, transitioned or whatever, but that song does not move me at all.
Yeah,
see, it's this is like a. Look, I'm not gonna lie. This nigga literally made songs that people don't give a fuck about. Like that's trying too hard, nigga. He made an Ant-Man movie for a song, really.
That was definitely pandering. He was pandering. Was he pandering?
When I was coming up, yo, I had cousins and shit that was, hiking or whatever, but it ain't moved me either, nigga. I just felt like, the niggas run the crew, nigga, shit. Follow along, nigga, shit. Let's go get them. But nah, the song was alright. I mean, I wonder how that community. Oh shit, hold the fuck on, nigga, you down. I wonder how that, but I really wonder how that community feel about that song. I want to know how somebody from that community would react to that song.
A lot of them didn't like it because they didn't like how he was saying faggot. They got mad.
He changed it. At the third verse, he was like, "Yeah, all of F-bombs, I understand now."
I mean, he pretty much explains why.
Yeah,
so it's weird.
But they felt like, well, it doesn't matter. We don't want him saying the F word. It was just it started getting ridiculous.
See, you pander to these motherfuckers, and they still bitch and moan about some shit. So you know what? That's why I say, fuck them niggas. I ain't making no music for you niggas. You either jam this normal shit like normal motherfuckers, or you do your own shit. You listen to some love and hip hop motherfucker or something. Whatever saucy nigga y'all got. That's the walk with it, nigga.
Demetrius is Marianne now.
I get it. If he's dealing with if that's his real life situation, and it goes with what's going on, I'm not gonna complain about it.
I'm not gonna complain about it, but I ain't gotta like it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and be like, oh man, that was a very introspective track, and I really appreciate the layers and lyricism that he displayed. No, fuck that. I don't care.
It's just a lot of.
I'm from old school. I didn't deal with no shit like that. I don't give a fuck if niggas transitioning, turning to goddamn jelly beans or fucking hippopotamus. I don't give a fuck what niggas turn into. Make dope music. I don't all that extra shit. I don't give a fuck. You got people getting murdered for no reason. You got white supremacists, police officers. You got so much shit. And we worried about motherfucker turning into a goddamn Demetrius, turning into Jessica. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that shit. That's why it's pandering to me.
How'd you like that domestic violence song?
Oh Lord! Oh my god! That was the most annoying sounding shit with a hot beat ever. Yeah. The bitch voice was too annoying.
We cried.
I wanted the domestic violence of myself.
We Cry Together is hilarious. We Cry Together to me is one of my favorite songs on there because it's just so fucking hilarious. It's if Baby Boy was a song, that's what that song would be.
Facts.
That song hella.
But you only gonna listen to it twice. If you listen to that song daily or every week, something is seriously wrong with you.
Right?
You've been through it.
Of course, dude. If you watch Sadness more than once, something's wrong with you. If you one of those niggas that go back oh, you gotta see this part, nigga. Nah.
It was funny to me, the song, and it was just because unfortunately, it is a lot of the toxic shit that people deal with these relationships. Yeah, you should fucking leave.
Long. The song felt like 15 minutes. Nigga, I'm not trying to hear an argument over a beat. Get the fuck out of here. That's what I'm saying. It's the song is dope, but that's why I can't say the album is great or some masterpiece because Like I ain't gonna lie, when Damn came out, when this nigga Rome told me about that shit, the next day we at work, we was talking about that shit the whole fucking day. Like, damn, nigga, this track, this, that. This ain't no fucking damn Rome. We gotta talk about this shit. Nah.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't that.
No, I get it. I liked the song though, just because it definitely entertained me with the fuckery. Although I'm
But
not
will you
gonna
listen to it every day though?
No, I'm not gonna be listening to it every day, and I'm not gonna blast that because when I first heard the song, I was listening to my car and I'm like blasting it because I play my music loud, and I'm like, damn, like let me stop. Like, what the fuck am I like? Why the fuck am I blasting this shit? Like, this is kind of like not something you should be blasting very loud. I'm like, he's gonna think I'm having an actual argument or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Like,
that's an embarrassing
No,
song.
I'm
Like,
not gonna lie. I was blasting
damn.
that shit. Everybody was looking like, what the fuck going on in that nigga car?
exactly.
Yeah.
Do y'all think
And it's like you
Ghostface
got a whole
delivered?
DJ in the back.
Do y'all think Ghostface delivered on their Purple Hearts?
Oh, that was one of my favorite songs. Yes, and
Yeah.
Ghostface did deliver on Purple Heart.
It's just the song itself took too long to get the Ghostface
Yeah,
part.
I know. I was
Right.
hyped for that Ghostface verse.
I was like, God damn, like it was when me and Rome heard it, we was talking about like this nigga like had the song done and he just bumped into Ghost in the studio. Was like, you know what? I got this track. You know, I think I could put you on there. Like,
Put you on the end of it.
yeah, he did a jazzo on that nigga.
And Ghost did his thing. Like, that was an interesting line because you had Kendrick Lamar, Ghostface, and Summer Walker on the fucking hook. I'm like, damn, like this is definitely a misfit cast right there, and they made it
was a real
work.
fire song though. Like it was a great matchup.
Yeah.
And yeah, Count Me Out was cool. And shout out to Kodak Black getting to narrate that joint.
Oh yeah, Kodak did his thing on Silent. Well, he was on Silent Hill, right? Yeah, Kodak.
Yeah,
He
Silent
did his
Hill.
thing. He did his thing on Silent Hill. Like,
I had to play it first.
I agree. Like,
Oh, I thought somebody was gonna come with their Florida
Nah, I
regional
fuck with
bias.
Kodak.
Nah, I mean,
like
like,
Kodak.
Kodak grew on me. I didn't like him at first, and now like I actually fucking enjoy his shit. And he definitely has talent. And be saying some introspective shit. It's just he also has a lot of bullshit too that I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
listen to. But,
the off the mic shit's good. But yeah, when he's locked in, he's nice.
so my favorite song was Savior. I definitely thought that was definitely hard. And like the message, like that's one of the ones where it's like the message I could get into because a lot of these motherfuckers be looking at these public figures like they're a savior. Like, nah, we not fucking no saviors. Like Kendrick is not your savior. Future is not your like none of these niggas is your savior. Stop looking up to these niggas as fucking
Russell Wilson's not your savior.
yeah, like all these niggas be looking at like these celebrities like they're like saviors and like idolatry. It's just like calm that shit down.
Only
Like,
in our culture.
he basically said like calm that shit down, and threw a shot at Kyrie Irving on this song.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I mean, he caught COVID, so he's like it made him question shit. So like I liked how he touched on certain things like that. So you know how motherfuckers is politically correct, but like you know what I'm saying, like they don't want to say their opinion because they want to just they don't want the backlash. You know what I'm saying? Like
They don't want to get canceled.
Niggas is tight-lipped. Fuck who dare to be different. Like they just don't want to say something because like it was funny because it reminded me of the whole shit with Boosie and how like Boosie basically admitted that like people were coming up to him like behind the scenes and like thanking him for saying the shit that he was saying because they couldn't say it.
I could believe that. I could fucking believe that. And I bet it was like people from all different ages was telling this shit to Boosie. Like niggas like 11 years old to like 65. A lot of niggas agree with that shit. Dog, like, it's more niggas agree with Boosie than don't. It's just it's like P said, how Kendrick said, it just niggas don't want to feel away.
They don't want to fuck up the money train. Like, yeah. Like we not only Boosie, we saw what happened with the baby and how much shit that he went through, and niggas agree with the baby. They just didn't want to fucking say it. They know.
But I think honestly, we got to start as a people, as a collective, start moving away from like what these blogs and what these other people outside of the culture think about us. Because honestly, a lot of shit we wouldn't know about backlash that baby had. you ain't have all these black hip hop urban blogs retweeting and sharing and making a story out of it. If everybody just ignored some bullshit for one day, shit wouldn't go nowhere. But black culture is what spreads all this shit.
I feel you. Unfortunately, I don't see that happening because that part of the culture is too much invested and driving in money and views and all that. So like they've made it to where their opinion means something. Unfortunately, even if it shouldn't.
Of course, I agree with you. It's something that's not going to stop overnight, but I feel like it's something that can happen. Like if niggas just literally like, it's not like I'm telling niggas to be like, all right, you know what? If y'all want to take the country back, everybody don't show up to work one day. Like I'm not saying no shit like that. I'm just saying like, you know what? When y'all see a bullshit shade room or Hollywood and like when I'm on the bullshit sites, you just scroll by. You don't retweet it to niggas. You don't fucking make a damn message board post about it. You just be like, oh, really? The baby didn't like such and such people today. Okay, I'll just drink this apple juice, and you just keep about your business.
And you'll get criticized for that too. Like
Niggas be like, so what do you mean you're not paying attention to the news?
like even apathy these days is met with hatred. You could say, oh, I don't care, or I'm just ignore it. And it's like, oh, you don't care about these issues. You're basically part of the problem. You're basically like being against them. Like,
yeah, no. I get that shit for voting. Like nigga, fuck that.
Right.
Make me care, nigga.
Yeah. I mean, I get it though, and it's cool. Like some of these things that Kendrick kind of did touch on, but some of them hit and some of them did not. I could see why LB said like some of it is kind of pandering, but unfortunately, like these people got to feel like they got to pander, so they're gonna be touching on shit and they're gonna be like, what? Like the thing is, you can't say, oh well, it doesn't move me, because then somebody will say, oh well, it's not for you, so it doesn't have to move you.
Well, good, motherfucker, great. That shit don't have to move me not one bit. Let your uncle be your goddamn aunt. Let your sister be your brother. I don't give a fuck if that's the case. that means when you get discriminated or someone's complaining about you being some certain way, that means I don't give a fuck either. I just don't care. Like, if that's the case, like, I'm not waiting for a goddamn rapper to make songs about motherfuckers with bad knees and shit. Like, the fuck? Like,
well, I mean, to be fair, that's why I didn't have too much of an issue with Auntie Diaries, because I am of the opinion of like, even though that last line was kind of crazy, I get it. Like, I've always believed that you can't, like, if you can't just ignore someone else's issues, especially if you have your own issue with something else, because it's like, well, if they don't care about your issue, then why should they? Like, it's basically fighting, well, you should care about my issue. No, I don't care about your issue, you should care about my issue.
Well, like, it depends, because look, all issues ain't created equal. Is your issue in my face? Is your issue something I have to deal with every day? Like, black people getting murdered by random motherfuckers in mass shootouts, that's a bigger issue than some motherfucker transition into something else. I don't care what a fucking Pokemon turned into. I'll be honest. I do care about elderly black men and women getting gunned down for no fucking reason, and then y'all trying to make it about something else. When like so I'm just like, fuck all this, like all that shit. They want it to be a bigger issue than what it is, but it's really not. Like, no one don't give a fuck about that shit. Like, except the 20 motherfuckers. It's like it's just such a marginalized small group with the biggest voice.
Yeah, I get that.
They got soundtrack now. Like, the fuck?
Yeah, I get it. I always look at the whole, because I always, for me, I always try to like understand other people's issues. And because
you're absolutely right about that. Like, you are, but these motherfuckers cannot tell that white supremacy is like that trans bullshit is a bigger issue than white supremacy in this country. Like, there's no way you could tell me. Like,
no, they're not.
That's my point. Like, deal with that over this motherfuckers evolving into something else and shit. Like, fuck, do what you do. Like, if you gotta go into a fucking phone booth or a closet and turn into something else, nigga, that's you. But I can't. But when I'm walking in the streets, I can't do that shit when a motherfucker starts shooting for no reason. I can't turn into a goddamn Power Ranger, Ninja Turtle, whatever the fuck. That's all I'm saying. Like yeah, I respect P's right. Like, the more political, but in the streets, nah, we don't care. But it's more so. I felt like the song could have just been better. Cause look, perfect example. And I'll shut up. Second Childhood by Nas.
Yeah.
Classic.
Great
Classic.
fucking song. And each verse dealt with some real shit.
No, I agree.
We didn't get that from Auntie Diaries. We just got some. Marianne was Dimitri. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I feel. I mean, I get the message, but I feel what LB is saying. Like there was nothing really. Well, that's that's Kendrick.
It's the execution.
Yeah.
The execution is where it just flopped. Like, if he would have just tried to just spit about the topic, then maybe I'd accept it a little differently. Like, okay, like, I even get some bars, but
there's no memorable bar. I mean, Kendrick's not really a guy you listen to for the bars. I mean,
the nigga got bars.
Yeah, he got bars.
He more of a like everything, like a presentation guy. I'm gonna have the symphony in the background with the orchestra. Then I've got Hans Zimmer over here. Then got this nigga over here. Hold on, Ghostface walking down the hallway. Oh, Summer Walker over here. Like, nigga.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's definitely a good album to me. But I can understand some of this shit, because some of this shit is what y'all are saying is true. But it's funny because I find it hilarious, because I remember when everything was going on in this country, all the bullshit we were going through, people were like, well, how come Kendrick hasn't said anything? People are out marching and all this, and where's Kendrick? Nowhere to be found. He ain't say shit. All of this. So y'all are like getting mad that Kendrick, when all this shit was going on, wasn't saying nothing. And now, yes,
that nigga was just making the album. That's all he was doing.
And now he finally says something, and it's, oh well, he's saying all like, now, hey, he's giving you what y'all wanted. You wanted him to touch on all these issues. And now he's touching on all these issues, so you can't be mad when he touches on all them issues. When you was like, oh well, Kendrick's not saying nothing. Okay, he gonna say all that shit now in the album, not on Twitter.
He even made a song for niggas like that, because it's like, why y'all expecting and waiting for Kendrick to say something? Like, what the fuck? Like, that's why Savior even hit harder.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, people want to wait for somebody else to like galvanize them, and it's like, why are you waiting for someone of like and this is where I always think of what Malcolm X said about how, unfortunately, the black community like leans too much on athletes and entertainers and shit to like speak up for us. And it's like, we shouldn't just be we shouldn't be hanging on to every word that these athletes and entertainers say and waiting for them to say it, oh well, they said it, so it's now we can say it. No, say it yourself. Like,
it starts a movement first, nigga. Like, it start within, like.
So it's just,
but you see, that's how the world works, though. Everybody wants someone else to take the risk first.
And that's stupid to me, but unfortunately, such is life. So LB, what would you give this album rating wise?
I give it an 8. So musically is good. Lots of diverse topics. They hit and miss. They hit or miss. Some hit, some miss. Production wise, on point. You could really play the whole album through. You're not gonna love everything. There's only maybe 2 songs I didn't really fuck with, but I wouldn't say they're bad songs. They just maybe average to me. They didn't hit. But other than that, if you're a Kendrick fan, you're probably gonna love it. But if you're not, but you appreciate like quality music, then you should fuck with it. Cause I fuck with it. And I do recognize Kendrick as one of the best out there. And he got the juice, and No, it is what it is. It's not better than Damn, so don't let no one tell you that bullshit. It's definitely not better than Damn. Niggas can throw hands over that. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, it's a dope album. Is it the best album I've heard this year?
No.
No, because I haven't dropped yet. So
there you go.
And I'm still listening to that Pusha T and even the Fabio. So yeah, this is dope. Like I fucks with it. Like it's an 8.
Cool. 8, very respectable. Pat, what about you? What you give this album?
Basically the same score. I also give it an 8. And like I said, as I mentioned before, just the production. I think it's just more or less. I think Dr. Dre needs to be take control of his production again, like he did for Pimp Butterfly. At least be so. At least me because because like I said, Kendrick has. I mean, his songs are good for the most part. But like I said, it's just sometimes like. And you can definitely listen to it all through. Like, it flows, it's like that. But yeah, like there's just sometimes it's just like, a better beat would have made this shit really go and shit like that. Like some songs you got some songs you really didn't. But yeah, so I mean I think that's just pretty much my biggest complaint. And that and the pandering song, like I said, Auntie Diaries, like that could have been just removed off there, and I would have forced a half point on that for a rating, because I Auntie Diaries was just like I after that last bar I was done with that song. I was like, yeah, next I was gone. That nigga, please, like get out of here.
I mean, I wouldn't remove that song because it had its purpose, but yeah, it's not one of my favorite songs on there, and it's not like a song I gotta play Auntie Diaries. Just when it plays on, and that's about it. I'm not gonna skip
that track.
I don't skip it, but I don't skip it, but I'm not like pressed to play it. So. It is what it is.
But like I said, like I said, in terms of what he's put out in his collection, like it's still a quality album. Like it's definitely it's not trash or whatever. But I mean, I do think it's an album for like some people will feel it, some people will want. Like it's not an album that's meant for everyone. That's for damn sure.
Which is funny because I feel like he tried to put something on there for everyone, like. Which is hilarious because it's always the albums that people try to make for everyone that always doesn't end up being for everyone because people fucking hate it because it's all over the place.
Right.
This nigga made a Jadakiss album.
Jadakiss Fabulous formula.
Yeah,
but it actually was better.
Well, this is for the ladies and this is for the men.
This is for the club.
This is for the club. This is for when you want to stomp a nigga head off. This is
for niggas stuck in between.
Oh boy, but yeah. Pilot, what do you give this album as a rating?
Same as the OGs. I'm gonna give it an 8. I think the last 2 tracks, "Mother Not Sober" and "Mirror," those are 2 dope songs to close it out. I felt like the vibe of the album that kind of made it like a 7 to an 8 to me, just because I did like how it closed out with those introspective tracks. Again, like I've listened to Kendrick ever since Overly Dedicated. Like I was playing Ronald Reagan era in a car one time, and dude was like, "Who's this guy? Sounds funky," And I'm like, "You're gonna learn who he is pretty soon." And he lived up to it. I mean, all these blog rappers that didn't make it, Kendrick's there. Back in the early 2010s. I mean, I don't know if it's better than. I'm not a huge fan, to be honest, to Pimp a Butterfly, so I like it better than that. I know that was probably his album, but his best, in terms of, to some people, his masterpiece. But yeah, it's a solid 8, and I would recommend listening to it. If you're a Kendrick fan, and even if you're not, you'll probably like something on there. But that's all.
What's funny, Pilot? The first time I had heard of Kendrick, actually, a hippie white dude had like told me about Kendrick Lamar. I was like, wait, who's Kendrick? Like this dude was like, he was the coolest cat. Like one of the coolest white dudes I knew. He was like a hippie that smoked weed all the time. Yeah, he was like, do you ever heard of Kendrick Lamar? And I'm like, no, I have not. He's like, oh, you should listen to him. He's dope. And then I didn't like go out of my way to look for him until the first time I ever heard him was when he was on the games track in the city on that Red album, and I was like, oh shit, he killed that verse. And ever since then, that's when I started like going back, and I heard the Overly Dedicated, and then Section 80, which is still my favorite Kendrick album
Me
to date.
too. I feel
and
like
then
me too. Yeah.
from then it was just, you know, I became a fan of Kendrick. So, you know, so that was just funny that you mentioned that. So you were onto him before I was, because like Overly Dedicated came out like 09?
09-ish, yeah.
Yeah,
09-ish,
09.
yeah.
So
Yeah. That was like that was like the apex of downloading music. You just download shit all the time.
the blog era, yeah.
The blog era, yeah.
I was listening to Cole in 09. Like,
oh, me too. I love Cole. I honestly, I know you put that poll. I prefer Cole, but that's a different story for a different day. But they're both, you know, pioneers of their era in rap. So
And Kendrick rap circles around Cole.
I would used to think that, but I think Cole has gotten better lately.
He has. He did the whole Jim Jones level up.
Cole wasn't that trash before. Cole
was trash. The shit was boring. Like
Cole wasn't trash. Like Cole wasn't trash. It's just like Cole was I always looked at Cole as a guy that was a very good artist, but when he tried to rap over, like, just for the sake of rapping, like rapping over other beats,
he was
not
twice.
hitting. Like, I remember the first time I heard him like rap, like try to rap just for the skill wise. He rapped over Dipset's "I Really Mean It," and I was not impressed.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Wow. Like, I'm the light skinned Jesus. I'm like, no, you're not, Cole. Stop. Like,
he did the Dead President's. He said, I didn't do it good the first time. I gotta do it again.
Yeah, like he would say these lines that would just like, oh, you think you the shit, but you can't out-fart me. I'm like who said like shit like that? Just made me like that shit was so cringeworthy. Now he doesn't say that shit, and he's so much better now that he like just stopped all the corny bullshit. So I still prefer Kendrick though.
The corny shit really, like Kendrick just was more weird than corny, but I looked at it like Kendrick, that's a weird rapping ass nigga though. Cole is just like it's a corny ass rapping nigga.
But you know, he's good now. But I still prefer Kendrick. I still prefer Kendrick over Cole. Rome, what will you give this album as a rating?
As a rating, I give the album an 8 out of 10. Fire. Super fire. I love the beats. The beats change up so much, and they just keep... It's like you can tell he was in the studio for months per song, because every song, the beat progresses all the way to the end. It's like, how the fuck? Like, who the fuck is your producers, nigga?
Super producers, yeah.
It's like them niggas just woke up, became a different person, was like, you know what, I don't like them drums. Let me throw these drums at the end. Well, the way they just kept, enhancing the song as the song keeps going. And did you notice how in some songs, I think it was like Mother I Sober, how it kept crescendoing?
Yes, I did notice that.
I love that, because I'm a choir band nigga, so that crescendo hit when that nigga started screaming and shit. The band get louder in the back, the drums get louder. It makes you feel, I don't know, it's like a feeling. You feel the music more when that shit happens. It's a great album.
I definitely enjoyed the crescendos a hell of a lot more than I did the tap dancing. The tap dancing was fucking annoying on some of those songs.
Stop tearing gassing around the conversation, nigga.
Yeah, I get it, but like just the noise, the sound, the click clacking just got fucking annoying after a while.
I like that part because it's like, yo, when you hear the tip tapping, that means like, oh, he's got to talk that shit.
I'm like, I would hear the tap dancing.
No, that means he's got to talk that shit.
I would hear the tap, like, it was fine the first time, the tap dancing, because I got it. And then after like the third time, I'm just like, if you're Gregory Hines' ass, don't fucking stop with the fucking tap dancing. Like,
Savion Glover ass nigga.
We get it.
Dude went like Kevin Samuels with the sound bites.
Yeah, yes.
No, but with the production, with the lyrics, the name dropping, I love when a nigga name drops. It's like, yo, say something, nigga. I like when niggas do that shit.
Well, except when name drops, but
Game niggas do that shit because nobody talk about that. That's why he didn't talk about it.
He went over. That nigga went overboard with the name dropping.
He didn't want people to talk about him. That's why he.
Do y'all compare this?
Nigga said, nigga put Dr. Dre in his name, like name dropped him like fucking 60 times in a damn album. Like, we don't need you to name drop a nigga that much.
Oh no, he just basically making it full circle because wasn't he on Game album when he first came out?
Good point. Good point.
Crazy. Look at this nigga.
But
yeah, 8 out of 10 bars is crazy. Production is crazy. Love this music. I had a few skips. Like those songs, like Mother October, I was trying to with Mother October, We Cry Together. Songs like those are good for like a first listen, but it's not no replay value. It's not like you go back, hey nigga, you know, I want to listen to, you know, We Cry Together today. Like, why would you want to hear that shit? Like you hear it, you get it. If he drops a video, that shit will be amazing. But it's like, yo, nobody's gonna be bumping this shit. Like if I pull up to the gas station and the nigga next to me is bumping We Cry Together, that nigga got problems, yo.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Actually, I remember like 2 weeks ago, I went to the gas station. I was visiting my mom upstate, and this fucking white dude pulled up playing "Fack" by Eminem mad loud in the gas station. And I'm like, really? Like, this is what we're doing? Like, we're playing a corny song from 2006? Like, that you should not be playing that like loud like that. So, like, I'm not surprised at what anybody plays loud.
Like, We Cry Together, that's some headphones. If you in alone in your room type shit, nigga, you better not be caught out dead in public playing that shit.
You be surprised the shit niggas play in public. They don't give a shit.
Niggas with the worst taste in music play they shit the loudest.
I mean, where I'm living, I can't play certain shit loud. Like, there will be certain shit that like I remember I'll play, like, for example, I'll play LMA Boot Up, but I won't fucking play that shit loud in the streets. A nigga might come up to my car and just fucking carjack me. Oh, you boot up? Get your ass out the car. Yeah, I'm a target myself, so I'm not gonna.
I feel the same way when the City Girl song come on. That should be fire, but I gotta cut it down a little bit.
God damn.
Oh my god.
I feel like I listened to all the City Girl music back like 20 years ago when Trina came out.
Yeah, we don't need more City Girl shit.
Old nigga perspective.
Trina was enough.
Like,
we don't need.
You're not gonna get like more lyrical than what it was. Like, it's almost how much ratchet Miami Girl, City Girl rap.
But was Trina two people?
No, thank God. We only need one Trina. We don't need two Trinas. One Trina was enough.
So getting a light skinned one and a dark skinned one is just like, come on.
If Trina was a group, then you could talk shit. But they wasn't a group.
Well, I mean, I enjoyed Trina and Trick Daddy together.
I mean, you had the old Dunk Riders.
That's two niggas that know each other from the same city. Stop playing.
They made classics.
Shit, Trina and Trick Daddy made some shit together.
That's what I'm saying. Like, see, City Girls ain't doing no tracks like that. Who's the Trick Daddy for now? Like,
well, let's be honest. Trick Daddy made the song. Trina just dropped the verse. Don't play.
I can't say that. Like,
but she was an instrumental part of the fucking song. So like,
that's like saying that's like saying you know, Life's a Bitch is classic only because of AZ verse. Like
you say that shit.
Nah, I do not say that shit. I say he rips the verse, but I don't say nah, take Nas verse off that shit. Like, what the fuck?
Or AZ wasn't just a part. He wasn't really a part of that song. He just dropped the verse.
Yeah, he just dropped the verse. Like,
he just dropped the verse.
Dude, it's like you've been to a club and when that song come on, like everybody know the whole words to that nigga. Like, the dudes that say the trick part.
It's a different era. That's a different era for me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just like you know. Like,
yeah. Like, niggas better not think I'm dissing niggas because I'm not. I just don't know, nigga.
Oh, nah. I mean, it's a long time ago.
I live in Florida. You got me as a foreigner living in Florida talking about, oh, nigga, don't talk about Trina and Trick Daddy. You trying to get me shot, nigga.
And don't lie, when I met this nigga, he like Trick Daddy at all. He knows that. That's why he's saying that shit.
This nigga trying to get me killed.
I was like,
Good
yeah,
Lord.
how you made it in Miami if you wasn't a Trick fan? Like the fuck?
Because wasn't born here, nigga.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you a
I wasn't
transplant.
born in Florida, and I was a Trick fan.
Nigga,
I actually
nah,
bought
man.
that nigga CDs.
Thug.com.
I was
Thug.com went hard.
nigga, I was an
Trick
Uncle
Daddy
Luke
Dollar.
fan, nigga. Uncle Luke, nigga.
And you know about Skirt?
Uncle
Doodle
Luke.
Dad.
Uncle Luke had the pussies popping. So
Right.
And of course,
So
I
Trick
always
Daddy.
and of course, Luke, I always use it every single time LB says something about rap that kind of sounds odd to me.
And like, man, what you Uncle Luke ass niggas know like about no hip hop? Like what? Like fuck out of here. Uncle Luke about the only niggas that was there that ever beefed with Death Row and won.
because
there you go.
they were just as G'd up as they were, except probably even more.
Niggas don't even talk about it. When it's just like nah, like I mean we don't brag about that. Like I was
It
just
just
some
is
G
what it
shit at the
is.
time. Yeah.
It just is what it is. It happened.
Facts.
But
Damn, this been great though, man. Like I
so
love talking music with y'all niggas.
so I correct me if I'm wrong. I think might be the first time we're all in agreement. Because I also rate this an 8 out of 10. So all 5 of us rate this an 8. I can't remember the last time we all gave something the same rating. This might be a history.
Nah, that's happened before.
It's never happened, nigga. It's never happened.
You serious? Nah.
I can't remember us ever all 5 of us agreeing with the rating. I legitimately cannot think of
Because I
a
felt
time.
that happened with the Locks album. We all gave it like a good score.
Maybe we all gave it a good score, but I don't think we all gave it the same.
I think we did. Like you gonna make me go back and like
Now you gonna make me want to dig in the archives too, nigga. Because I'm like trying to think of it. I can't think.
Honestly, the Dave East album, I think we all gave that the same score too.
Oh,
We all said that shit was like a 6 or something. Like,
yeah, we did that shit a while ago.
Yeah,
like nigga, I got a good memory. I be remembering shit. Like,
but
I think
it's like
all 5 of us, like
yeah, all 5 of all 5 8s across.
Usually we don't have 5 niggas. It's usually just 4. That's why.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's just because it's just crazy. I was not expecting all of us to give it the same score. But I mean, I guess that's a good thing. So
Yeah.
You know, Kendrick definitely delivered with this album. Was it perfect? No.
Hell no.
Personally, I still have many of his other albums rated above this. I have Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, and Damn all rated above.
Me
above
too.
This.
Me too.
So this would be at best 4th, and I would have to. I haven't listened to Pimp a Butterfly in a while. I probably have to revisit that, and that grew on me because at first I wasn't feeling it when I first heard it, and then it grew on me.
It grew on me. It grew on me too.
So, but it's definitely not above the other 3. So, but it's a solid album nonetheless. Very good. Definitely listen to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Who knows when we'll hear from Kendrick again? You know, he might pop up in another 5 years.
Turbo Fist.
Yeah, Raps Turbo Fist.
Wah wah.
Oh boy! Of course, Pat would.
I know,
Pat would
right?
get a reaction from Pat there. But I think that's enough for tonight. We did all of our reviews in the bodega. So I'm saying we'll do some final thoughts. Pat, final thoughts.
All right. Final thoughts are this. I am fucking hungry. That's my final fucking thought. But yeah, so yeah, obviously we in the bodega. So yeah, I think it's time for me to get me a chopped cheese or something like that. And dolls, man. But yeah, fucking with you niggas with this music shit. Talking like I said, I mean, the boxing is, is cool, but the music is where you really get you really get our opinions on some shit. And sometimes it just branches out into different little mini topics here or there, but it all does come together, man. So yeah, so I always fuck with the bodega talk, man. And I'm just happy I was able to make this one though. Straight up.
There we go. LB, final thoughts.
Oh yeah, it was a good session today. I'll eventually see the Scarlet Witch movie. Cause yeah, I fucks with Marvel. So, I'm enjoying some movies lately. Northman was good.
Northman was
Uh,
excellent.
yeah, it was excellent. Part of me, excellent.
Yeah.
I seen Wrath of Man thing recently, which I thought was good. It's about a good solid 7. Needed more action, but yeah, like so you've been fucking with the movies. If you ain't up on what's that shit, the Wire Part 2 or whatever, what's that? The We Own the
We
City.
own the city.
We own the city.
If you ain't up on that, yeah, you gotta get up on that. That show's amazing. But yeah,
Yes,
Bodega,
sir.
great, another great episode from the Bodega. Um, the Kendrick album, good album. You'll fucks with it. Whole squad recommended. So ain't really much got nothing to say. Got more boxing artwork on the way. Um, got Super Bad on the way. I got the Fun Door Lubin artwork. Just got to color those shit. So that's done really. So make sure you follow the God, Shuttleworth, Soul Wars, whatever, Ring Game. You see that shit. Other than that, World is Op coming soon. Cartoon coming soon. Definitely. Shout outs to DZ, Planarchy, PJ, and Prolific Genius One. Cartoon and this shit gonna look amazing. I'll put up more clips soon. Intro dropping. Follow us on TikTok, see more knockouts. Fucking Rome album dropping. Like a lot of shit coming in coming soon at Ring Game. Like it's a takeover. Know what it is.
Hey,
That's what it is. Rome, final thoughts?
Yo, what's good? You already know who the fuck it is. Your boy Rome, nigga. Final thoughts. Doctor Strange was a great movie. Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale, Big Steppers featuring Kodak Black. Great album. Shout out Kodak. I ain't get to say that. Shout out Kodak, yo. One of my favorite artists ever, yo. The nigga made it big time now. This nigga's working with Kendrick. Watch. This nigga's opportunities finna go through the roof. He finna work with everybody. All the big names though. Like watch. Kodak and a Drake song finna drop. Niggas gonna be looking stupid. Like for real. Watch.
I
Shout
mean,
out Kodak.
Kodak's always gotten good looks. It's just a matter of
Right.
keeping himself out of fucking trouble.
Yep.
This look is
Yeah.
different. This look is way different. To be a narrator on Kendrick's album after 5 years,
Yeah,
like
that is a big look.
That
that's
is
a
a big
different
look.
look.
Now let's hope he doesn't fucking squander it again because he just can't get out of his own way sometimes.
I mean, he ain't been
Kodak is
fucking up
fine.
or doing nothing crazy
Kodak,
lately.
like
Like I think
nobody,
he on point now.
nobody
Yeah.
worried about Kodak.
Yeah.
You said yeah. Damn, y'all niggas stop hating on Florida. Like y'all niggas be waiting for
Nah, I
us to
fuck with
fuck up.
Kodak. I like Kodak a lot. I wish him the best. I hope he doesn't. Hope he
Yeah,
stays in the
Kodak will be
straight and
straight, yo. I'm proud of that nigga. I've been watching that nigga since he was 16, yo. Shout out to that nigga.
Yeah,
And
that's what it
yeah,
is.
the album was great. That's my final thoughts, nigga. Wrong top 5. Yeah.
That's what it is. Pilot, final thoughts?
Nothing much, man. Shit. Bodega was lit. Got the Duchess, got the chopped cheese. Gonna wash it down with some of that special juice. Pause. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
God damn.
I'm definitely gonna get that. Watch that Doctor Strange movie. Eventually.
Oh, you ain't see it either?
I haven't seen
Damn.
it, nah. And I watched like WandaVision and all the Hawkeye bullshit. So I definitely need to watch that. And Loki, I don't know if Loki plays a role, but yeah. And the Kendrick album, I don't know if y'all think it was like a play script because I saw a lot of people saying, oh, it's like a play and all this, and I can see the vibe on that. It's a good album. I mean, I never went to Kendrick really for bars. He's like in that vein of Tupac to me, where I just listen to it for the substance, not a hot 16, but he still can spit, and it's a great album. Check it out if you haven't, and check us out at ringingradio.com and on every platform imaginable.
That's what it is. You know where to find us at ringgangradio.com, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You know the vibes. You know what it is. This was the Bodega Banter. You know what I'm saying? My shit gonna be, check out my shit too. You know what I'm saying? So, thank you for fucking with the Bodega Banter. I got more episodes coming along the way. So I'm saying we're gonna keep grinding at the Bodega. And, with that being said, The bodega's open 24 hours, but there is no loitering, so you got to get the fuck out of here already.
Let me get a chopped cheese, nigga. Let me get a chopped cheese.
Okay,
You get your sandwich and leave.
get your chopped cheese and keep it moving. And don't step on the cat, or else you banned from the bodega.
Yeah, that's the authentic shit. Yeah, nigga.
We got cats and dogs in our bodegas. You can't fuck with them, or else you banned. They a staple here. This their home. So for myself, King P, Bodega P, for Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, for LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist, he goes the hardest. For Rome, top 5, Chicago wins. You know, breezing on y'all niggas, just blowing past y'all. Keep up. You can't keep up with Rome top 5. And for my guy, Conscious Pilot, you know, Pilot Talk, the West Coast Avenger. You know what I'm saying? This has been a great episode of Bodega Banter. And till next time, Bodega will be open soon for y'all. You know, it's open 24 hours, but y'all can't be here no more. So we've had enough for y'all for the day. So till next time, peace.
Peace.
Hey, Pop.